guys, so today we already started looking at what a normal distribution is and how to find the percent of something from a normal distribution. So now what we're going to do today is just look at drawing our own, so sketching the normal distribution given the mean and the standard deviation. So this is kind of the steps we're going to follow. If we know the mean and standard deviation, then we just need the values that are 1, 2, and 3 standard deviations from this mean. So therefore, we'll multiply our standard deviation by those numbers, draw the lines that are the mean plus that and the mean minus that, and then we will sketch the curve. Okay? So let's look at example 3. The scores on the algebra 2 final are approximately normally distributed with a mean of 150. Yay, mean. Okay. So our mean is 150, and then our standard deviation is 15. Before I do anything, I need to show the scores 1, 2, and 3 standard deviations from that mean. So, really all we're going to do is we'll create our line here. I'm pretty much just create a line. Right in the center is going to be that mean of 150. So once I have my mean, I need to put in my standard deviation. So I need to go 3 in each direction. So I'm going to go up 3, 1, 2, 3, and down 3, 1, 2, 3. And not only are we going to mark it there, but we're going to draw these nice vertical lines. Okay, so then I need to label what these are. So my standard deviation is 15. So I need to go 15 every time. So 150 plus 15, I get 165. 165 plus 15, we go 180. 180 plus 15, we have 195. Same thing going back. 150 minus 15, we have 135. 135 minus 15, we have 120. And 120 minus 15, we have 105. Okay. Then I just need to sketch this bell curve, right? This normal curve. Okay. That's what these lines kind of come in for. Remember, with your mean, that's like kind of like your highest point. Your first standard deviation is still pretty high. Then your second standard deviation is really where it drops off. And then your third deviation is all the way low. Okay? So these lines try to help you make those points nicely. And we're just going to connect them like above. Okay. Jen says, what percentage of the students who took the test scored above 165? So this is where, if you go back to our first page, this chart comes in. So we're just going to kind of fill in that chart on our own graph. So one standard deviation is just 34%. 34% on both of those sections. Our next section is 13.5. Our next section is 2.35. One thing it doesn't say on this one, but it's important to know, on the outside, it's just 0.15. So all the way out there is 0.15%. And that's anything beyond 3 standard deviations. Okay? So what percentage of the students who took the test scored above 165? Well, I'm going to be looking at, right, these seconds. Okay, so I have 13.5% plus 2.35% plus 0.15%. Okay. And when I add all those up, I get 16%. Okay? So 16% of the students who took the test were above 150 pounds. Right. So then what percentage of students would you expect to score between 135 and 180 on the final? Right? So that would be 34, 34, and 13.5. Adding all those up, 81.5%, right? And that's just adding up those three numbers. So once you have your graph, those questions are pretty easy, but you do have to know those percentages. All right, let's go ahead and look at the next page. Oh, is that the only question? Just kidding. That is it. That is all our examples for drawing our normal distribution. So that is it for tonight. I will see you guys tomorrow.